guys, this is Spookie Pie coming right back at you with another video, and this is essentially just going to be some advice for high school. And there is a bunch of dust particles flying all around because I've tried to do this intro for 6 times now, and my sweater particles are getting everywhere. I'm annoyed. Anyways, yeah! So, first thing about high school, don't fight. I'm not sure if, it seems like a lot of you guys still haven't gotten the hint yet. Fighting doesn't make you cool. It is completely useless. You risk getting suspended, you risk getting expelled, and at the end of the day, it's kind of useless because it's just kind of like, oh, okay, like either you got your ass beat or you beat someone else's ass. Like, okay, and like, what does that prove? It's like with certain arguments and situations, your first result shouldn't be, or your first instinct shouldn't be violence. Like, talk shit out or just like yell at the person. Take out your anger in some other way than beating people up or, you know, getting beat up. But then again, that's not exactly a choice. If you get your ass beat, you probably didn't choose to do that. I'm about to sound like an absolute mom here. Don't do drugs. And I'm serious with this. Don't fucking do drugs. I don't know how else to say this. Don't fucking do drugs. That shit can fuck you up for one thing. It can get you arrested. It can get you stuck in bad situations. Hi, rape is a thing. And in general, it's just like, if you're trying to feel happy or you're trying to, you know, whatever kind of feeling you're trying to get out of doing a drug, it's like, you know, find some other fucking, just don't do drugs. Find some other way, because at the end of the day, it's just a waste of money. You're risking a lot of legal shit and you really could put yourself in a dangerous position, whether it be, you know, risking your health or risking, you know, the danger of others if you're high and driving and whatnot. And at the end of the day, once again, it's not legal. You're a child. Stay away from drugs. This was my personal experience with high school, but I'm hoping it's sort of a, you know, global thing. Popularity doesn't exist in high school. I feel like we've sort of evolved to be more intelligent, that we've sort of realized like, hey, it's high school. We're all trying to graduate. It doesn't matter how many friends you got. Like, obviously, you can still see a group of people and you can say like, oh, those are popular people, but that's because they fit the stereotype. Popularity doesn't really mean much of anything in high school. If anything, like, just go out and do your own thing. You don't need to befriend every single person. You don't need to be liked by every single person. Like, at the end of the day, if you love yourself, the people you love you back, then you're fine. Just don't try to keep everyone happy. Don't turn into a people pleaser, because that is what I did my freshman year, and let me tell you, no. Help out the lone wolf. And what I mean by that is, if you see someone who doesn't maybe have too many friends or seems to be sort of an outcast, go and befriend them. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, who is it hurting? It might hurt your reputation and whatnot, but it's like, hey, that could actually end up being a really cool person. You can end up helping them out of a dark place because, you know, it's 2019. Everyone puts their lives out on the internet, and I'm really impressed with how often I hear, you know, like incoming freshmen or, you know, even people as old as being seniors, like, complaining about being alone throughout high school, not having that many friends, and that's not a life anyone wants to lead. So if you have the ability to befriend someone, and just do it, man. Like, I don't understand why people don't like being involved with someone who's considered the outcast, because at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're gonna feel like a bitch years later when it turns out that person was miserable for the past 4 years just because you were like too scared to go up to them to even say hi or just be nice to them. Like, it's not hurting anybody. It's just gonna hurt you when, you know, it turns out it's too late. Don't walk slow with your friends in the hallways. I don't know why you fucking do this. It's always the freshmen and the sophomores. You people fucking love doing this. You guys walk in a line across the hallway like a wave, like a slow moving wave, and like some of us are trying to get to class and just sitting there. Don't fucking do that! Jesus Christ! Some of us are trying to get to class here, and I can't explain to you how many times I've nearly fucking punted a freshman into a locker because they wouldn't walk faster. Do not do that shit. We are trying to go places. We are trying to get our education, or we're just trying to get the fuck out of here at 2:15, okay? So keep it moving and don't fucking slow people down. And for the love of God, do not do the thing where you stop in the middle of the hallway to turn around and talk to your friend. Go to the side. Go to the little corner. Get out of my fucking way. Please, if you don't want to piss off people, don't be slow. Just go, please. And, you know, as a sort of little flip around, don't Naruto run to class. We're given, well, at least for me, we were always given 5 minutes in between each class, and it's just kind of like, you know, teachers can be pretty understanding when you tell them, hey, there was a huge ass crowd, so I got to class a little late. Okay, cool. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you don't need to be running to every single class. Like, don't worry. There's a reason, like, you know, like if everyone else is, if you see other people walking and they're making it on time, then you're gonna be just fine. I am stuttering so goddamn much. Grades don't determine your self-worth, and I know this turns into something that not a lot of people can control feeling because, you know, controlling parents and controlling family members will be like, you know, you're ashamed of this family because you didn't get straight A's. Oh, you got one B? Get out. But at the end of the day, what's important is that you love yourself and, you know, the people around you that... At the end of the day, what's important is that you love yourself. And it's important to understand that, you know, just some letter on a report card doesn't determine your self-worth. It doesn't determine your intelligence. And it certainly shouldn't determine whether or not your family loves you, because at that point, it's just kind of like, you know, if you're in your mother's womb for 9 months just to pop out and to have your love, you know, depend on a letter on a paper. I don't know where I was going with that. End of the day, the important thing is that you love yourself and don't let grades determine if you love yourself or not. Yeah. English! Bonjour! Je suis 5 ans de français. Bonjour, je parle beaucoup de français. I'm gonna cut this out. College isn't for everyone, and I say this sparingly because I understand a lot of people sometimes do need college to get into the sort of career they want, but at the same time, don't feel pressured to go into college, because sometimes people really do make the bad decision and they go to college for years and end up getting a job they hate and then have millions of dollars, maybe not millions, but, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt, and it's like, you know, you don't want to waste that much of your life on college. And that goes on to, you know, college being too expensive and yada yada, the education system's kind of a piece of shit. But at the end of the day, don't feel pressured to attend college. As much as a school wants to push it on you, college is a choice, it's not a necessity. Nowadays, one could argue that it is a necessity in order to make a good standard of living, but, you know, are you really living if you're miserable and have, like, you know, thousands of dollars in debt? Like, I don't know about you, I'd rather be poor and maybe not living on the streets, but I'd rather be poor, working a job I love, and, you know, just being, in general, happy than, you know, thousands of dollars in debt after wasting 7 years of my life on schooling that turns out I didn't even want. So, yeah. You won't have the same friends until senior year, and I know this is something very difficult for people to face, but I've noticed over the years the friend group I had since middle school got smaller and smaller and smaller as I made new friends along the way, and that's not a bad thing. You don't want to stick to the same people you knew all throughout middle school, because those people are going to find new friends, and it doesn't hurt to, you know, reach out to others as well, because there are few people who I am still friends with, who I was friends with in middle school, but there are definitely some other people I met in high school that I would have never gotten the chance to meet if I didn't, you know, go out of my comfort zone and go talk to people I might have not grown up with. And those people are now, like, you know, my little favorite friends, my little baby boys and girls, and my little... You guys are my favorites. This is a very important thing that I think a lot of people forget. Your first relationship isn't your last. And I know everyone wants it to be, but at the same time, be sparing with how much love you put into your first relationship. And I know that's not something people can necessarily control because hormones and puberty, it's bouncing all around. You can't control exactly what's happening, but just don't get your hopes up too high. And I'm not saying that to destroy anyone's spirit. I'm saying that to attempt to save you from the same type of shit I went through my freshman year, or really throughout high school, when relationships would happen and then breakups would happen, and then I'd cut myself off from friends for a few months, not want to talk to people, and sort of get into a bad, depressed state of mind that just was not healthy whatsoever, which henceforth is why I want to avoid all relationships for a while, because honestly, a lot of the relationships in high school sort of ruined dating for me. And you also got to keep in mind, like, you're still in high school, you're still a kid, and the people you're going to be dating are going to be kids too. Not everyone is, mature and is going to be like an absolute genius when it comes to dating. And they're also not going to be, some loving, knight in shining armor. Like, not everyone knows what they're doing, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, just don't have too high expectations. Not everyone you date is going to be your high school sweetheart later on in life, but at the same time, that doesn't mean, you need to treat relationships like a joke. It certainly doesn't mean that, but just don't take it too close to heart, I guess, or your heart's gonna get broken and not fun. Speaking of relationships, having sex doesn't make you cool. It's amazing the amount of times I've heard people when I was a freshman, I'd hear people talking about, oh, she's pregnant, or, she had to get an abortion, she had to do that. And looking at it now, like, back then, I just kind of be like, oh, whoa, like, okay. But looking at it now, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? That was a kid. Like, for me now, looking at a freshman, I'm a high school graduate, so when I was a senior, looking at freshmen, I'd be like, holy shit, that was me 4 years ago, this is a child. And then thinking back on it, to know, like, there was even a risk of pregnancy and whatnot, or people were out, like, fucking one another, and it's just like, you're kids. You don't want to waste your first time on someone you don't know you're going to be with for the rest of your life, but, at the same time, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, because once again, that's everyone's choice. Like, if you want to have sex, if you want to start at an early age, use protection, be careful. Like, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Like, personally, I wouldn't say go out and have sex, but at the same time, if you're gonna do it, don't be stupid about it, because keep in mind, you're still a kid. May I help you? Having sex doesn't make you cool. It doesn't give you this sort of status or whatnot, because if anything, it's just like you're risking a lot there. You might have wasted your first time on someone you're never going to speak to again, and it just kind of gets all sorts of messy. So if you're going to have sex in high school, be safe, but at the same time, keep in mind you could be ruining your first time for the rest of your life, and it may become something you come to regret. So have sex sparingly, people. Use protection, even if you are gay or lesbian, bisexual, whatnot, you still want to use protection because, STDs are still a thing. I can't exactly give the best advice when it comes to using protection for gay sex, but if you are gay and you are considering having sex with your partner or want to lose your virginity in high school, please look up ways to be safe with gay sex, because it's not, like, just because you aren't, like, it still happens. STDs are still possible. There still needs to be safety occurring, and it's not just, a free-for-all sort of thing. So please be careful. Whatever your sexuality, be careful when you're having sex. All right? That goes for, past high school, obviously, but, this is advice for high school. Don't do that in high school. Don't be me. Friendships, put your friendships before relationships, and I say that lightly. Like, your relationship still should mean a lot to you, but this goes back to the fact that not everyone you date in high school is going to be your high school sweetheart years later. You don't want to lose a friendship because you were too emotionally invested in a relationship that ends up ending, a few months later, because Once again, I've had that happen before, and that could be a story time, where I would put too much love and attention into one relationship, and once that relationship goes away, it's just kind of like, oh, where'd all my friends go? Fuck! So just be careful when it comes to where you're putting your love at, because, you know, friends are going to be there for a while, and relationships, not as long, especially in high school. My hair keeps falling everywhere. At the end of the day, have fun while you're still a kid, and just don't do stupid shit. If you're gonna do stupid shit, do stupid fun shit. Like, you know, if you're gonna do stupid shit, go out and do stupid fun shit. Go out and goof off with your friends, like, I don't know, just go do goofy shit. Don't go out and, you know, get pregnant, get a nicotine addiction because you're drooling too much, or get into fights, get your ass beat, and then get expelled from school, because then you're gonna get fucked. Keep in mind you're still a kid and you still got your entire life ahead of you. Don't try to act like some adult while you're in high school. Don't, you know, when I say don't act like an adult, I mean, you know, don't do shit that isn't illegal for people in your age group, alright? There's no rush there. Whatever you plan on doing in life, whether it be if you decide to try drugs, if you decide to try sex, save that when you're at a more mature age and when you're not at an age where your hormones are bouncing all around and you could really make a bad decision that you'll end up regretting later. Because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how to live your life, but I am gonna say that as someone who has been there and has seen what has happened to certain individuals, it's not exactly gonna turn into, you know, the best decision making later on in life. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. I wish you all a lot of luck in high school, because I know some of you guys are just entering, sorry. I know some of you guys are just entering high school, and personally, I fucking hated high school. Worst 4 years of my life, but that's just because of my stupidity. I hope you guys have an amazing 4 years in high school. I hope your freshman year goes a lot better than mine did, because whoa! Hi, friends who are watching this. Wasn't freshman year fun? Point being, I hope you guys have an amazing freshman year. Have fun on your first day, and just make high school fun. Like, have stupid fun, hang out with friends, meet new friends, and just, you know, stay safe, be careful, have fun. I've repeated myself like a million different times in that past minute. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful freshman year. I'm repeating myself again. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did, or, you know, you could like and subscribe if you did. I kept hearing my cat in the background. Did you have to say something to the viewers? Let me hold your paw.